So imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking down at the vast open space below. Your heart is racing, your palms are sweaty, and your mind is screaming at you to step back. Fear is telling you that if you jump, you'll fall, that if you take a risk, you'll fail, that if you step outside your comfort zone, everything will go wrong. But what if I told you that the only thing standing between you and everything you've ever wanted is that one step forward? Too many people spend their lives waiting for permission, waiting for the right time, waiting for someone to believe in them. But let me ask you something. Who are you waiting for? Who do you think is going to show up and give you the green light? The truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to build your dreams for you. If you want something, you have to take it. And if you want to change your life, you have to act. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Successful people stop waiting and start doing. Taking ownership of your destiny means understanding that your life is entirely in your hands. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is going to hand you success. No one will see your potential until you prove it through action. The moment you truly embrace this reality is the moment you begin to take control of your future. Too many people spend their lives waiting for the right opportunity, the right circumstances, or for someone to tell them they are ready. But life doesn't work like that. The people who succeed are the ones who step forward without waiting for permission. They understand that if they want something, they have to make it happen. The first step in taking ownership of your destiny is eliminating excuses. People blame their upbringing, their environment, their lack of resources, or even bad luck for why they haven't achieved what they want. But the hard truth is that none of that truly matters. History is full of individuals who came from nothing, who had every reason to fail, yet found a way to rise. The difference between them and the ones who stay stuck is simple. They refuse to accept limitation. They refuse to let external circumstances dictate their future. When you take full responsibility for where you are in life, you empower yourself to change it. As long as you see yourself as a victim of your circumstances, you give away your power. Another critical part of owning your destiny is taking action even when you don't feel ready. Many people believe they need more knowledge, more experience, or more confidence before they start. They wait for the perfect moment, but that moment never comes. The reality is, confidence and readiness are not prerequisites for success. They are results of taking action. The more you do, the more you learn. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more you grow. The people who achieve the most in life are not the ones who waited until they were fully prepared, but the ones who started before they were ready. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to taking control of your life. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what others will think. But fear is just an illusion. It's a story your mind tells you to keep you in your comfort zone. Every successful person has faced fear, but they pushed through it. They understood that failure is not the end, it's a lesson. Every mistake, every setback, every rejection is just a step forward. The only real failure is never trying at all. When you embrace failure as part of the journey, you take away its power over you. Taking ownership of your destiny also means letting go of the need for validation. Too many people wait for others to approve of their dreams before they take action. They look for permission from family, friends, or society. But the truth is, most people won't understand your vision because it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. If you spend your life waiting for validation, you will never move. You have to believe in yourself first. You have to trust that your dreams are worth pursuing, even if no one else sees them yet. The greatest innovators, artists, and leaders in history were often doubted, criticized, or ignored until they proved themselves through action. One of the most powerful things you can do is commit to your goals with relentless determination. That means not just dreaming, but doing, not just talking, but executing. It means being willing to make sacrifices, to put in the work, and to keep pushing forward even when things get tough. It means taking responsibility for your success and refusing to let anything or anyone stand in your way. When you fully embrace this mindset, you stop waiting, you stop making excuses, you stop looking for permission. Instead, you take action, you take full control of your future. Fear is a liar. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, not ready, not capable. It convinces you that if you try, you'll fail. If you step outside your comfort zone, you'll be embarrassed. If you chase your dreams, people will judge you. Fear is not a real obstacle. It's a mental construct, a shadow that only has power if you let it. The most successful people in the world feel fear just like everyone else, but the difference is they don't let it control them. They understand that fear is a test, not a stop sign. Fear feeds on uncertainty. It makes you believe that stepping into the unknown is dangerous, that taking a risk will lead to disaster. But the truth is, everything you want in life exists outside of what's familiar. Growth does not happen in safety. It happens when you push yourself beyond what's comfortable, when you dare to do things you've never done before. The problem is, most people never challenge their fear. They let it dictate their actions, their decisions, their entire lives. They settle for less than they deserve, because fear convinces them that's all they're capable of. Fear also distorts reality. It exaggerates the consequences of failure. It makes you believe that if you fail, it's over. That people will laugh at you, that you'll lose everything, that you'll never recover. But failure is never final. Every successful person has failed more times than they can count. They've made mistakes, they've faced rejection, they've experienced setbacks. The only difference is, they didn't let failure define them. Instead, they learned from it. They used it as fuel. They understood that every failure brings them one step closer to success. Fear is sneaky. It disguises itself as logic, as common sense. It tells you to wait for the right time, to be cautious, to take the safer path. It convinces you that staying where you are is the smart choice. But in reality, the safe path is often the most dangerous. Playing it safe leads to regret. It leads to a life of wondering what could have been. It leads to missed opportunities, to dreams that never become reality. The biggest risk is not taking one. The biggest failure is never trying. People who conquer fear don't do it because they don't feel it. They do it despite feeling it. They take action even when they're afraid. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward in spite of it. Every time you act in the face of fear, you weaken its hold over you. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you prove to yourself that fear was wrong. And the more you do this, the more fearless you become. The problem is, most people wait for fear to disappear before they take action. They think that one day they'll wake up and feel ready, but that day never comes. Fear never fully goes away. You just get stronger. You just learn to move through it. The key is to act before you feel ready, to take the first step, even when you're scared, to trust that you will figure it out along the way. That's how confidence is built. That's how progress is made. Fear is a liar because it tells you stories that aren't true. It tells you that you can't, when in reality, you can. It tells you that you're not good enough, when in reality, you have everything you need to succeed. It tells you that failure is the end, when in reality, failure is just the beginning. The only way to prove fear wrong is through action. Not thinking, not overanalyzing, not waiting, but moving forward, despite the fear again and again until fear has no power over you anymore. The world does not reward intentions, it rewards action. It doesn't matter how great your ideas are if they remain locked inside your mind. It doesn't matter how much potential you have if you never step forward and use it. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Those who succeed took action. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They didn't wait for someone to approve of their dreams. They didn't just think about what they wanted, they went after it. People spend years telling themselves they'll start someday. They tell themselves they need to do more research, need to wait for a better time, need to feel more confident. But intention without action is just a dream that never turns into reality. The world remembers those who did something, those who built, who created, who took risks. Nobody talks about the person who thought about writing a book for 10 years but never did. Nobody celebrates the person who wanted to start a business but never took the first step. What matters is what you do, not what you plan to do. Some people believe that having good intentions is enough. They tell themselves that as long as they want something bad enough, it will eventually happen. But the truth is, wanting is not the same as doing. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you don't execute them, they don't mean anything. There are people with half your talent, half your intelligence, half your ideas, who are living the life you want simply because they took action while you hesitated. The world does not reward the smartest person. It does not reward the most talented person. It rewards the person who steps up and makes things happen. Fear of failure is one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck in the world of intention. They are afraid that if they try, they might fail, and if they fail, people will judge them. But what they fail to realize is that not taking action is the biggest failure of all. The only way to truly fail is to do nothing. Every attempt, every step forward, every mistake you make teaches you something. It moves you closer to success. Every great person you admire has failed more times than you can count. They didn't succeed because they never failed. They succeeded because they failed, learned, adjusted, and kept going. Another excuse people use for staying in the realm of intention is waiting for the perfect time. They tell themselves they'll start once they have more experience, once they have more money, once they feel more ready. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. There will always be obstacles. There will always be reasons to wait. The people who make it in life are not the ones who had perfect conditions. They are the ones who started anyway, despite the conditions. They figured things out along the way. They made mistakes and adjusted. The world belongs to the ones who take imperfect action, not the ones who take imperfect action, not the ones who wait for perfection. Taking action does not mean you have to have everything figured out. It doesn't mean you have to know every step of the journey. It just means you have to start. Clarity comes through action, not overthinking. Confidence is built through doing, not waiting. The more you act, the more you learn. The more you step forward, the more momentum you gain. Action creates opportunities. Action attracts success. Action is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. At the end of the day, your intentions won't matter if you never act on them. The world doesn't care about what you wanted to do, what you thought about doing, what you hoped would happen. The world cares about results. And results only come from one thing: action. You will never be fully ready. No matter how much you prepare, no matter how much you plan, there will always be something that feels uncertain. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for the perfect moment to start. They believe that one day everything will align, that they will wake up and finally feel confident, finally have enough knowledge, finally have all the right conditions to succeed. But that day never comes. The idea of being ready is an illusion. Every person who has ever achieved something great started before they felt prepared. They stepped into the unknown, unsure of what would happen, but they moved anyway. Perfectionism is one of the biggest killers of progress. It convinces people that they need to know everything before they begin. They tell themselves that once they have all the answers, once they have all the right tools, then they will finally take action. But knowledge alone is never enough. Experience is what truly teaches you. You don't learn by waiting. You learn by doing. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who waited until they had it all figured out. They are the ones who jumped in, made mistakes, adjusted, and kept going. Fear plays a major role in the illusion of readiness. People don't want to fail, so they convince themselves that if they just prepare a little more, they can avoid failure. But failure is not something you can escape. It's something you must go through. Every mistake, every setback, every wrong decision teaches you something. The longer you wait, the more you rob yourself of these valuable lessons. The sooner you take action, the sooner you learn, and the sooner you grow. If you refuse to move until everything is perfect, you will stay stuck forever. The truth is, no one ever feels completely ready. Even the most successful people, the ones who seem like they have it all together, started with doubt. They didn't wait for all the lights to turn green before they began their journey. They took the first step, even when they felt afraid. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't readiness, it's willingness. The willingness to start before they feel ready. The willingness to take risks. The willingness to bet on themselves, even when the outcome is uncertain. Opportunities do not wait for you to feel prepared. They come and go, and if you hesitate, you miss them. The people who get ahead in life are the ones who take the shot, even when they don't feel 100% confident. They understand that success is built through momentum. Every small action leads to the next, and the more you move, the more doors open. But if you wait, if you hesitate, if you tell yourself you'll start someday, you will find that someday never arrives. Some people believe that waiting will make things easier, that if they just wait long enough, the fear will disappear, the doubts will fade, the uncertainty will be gone. But the reality is, the longer you wait, the harder it gets. The more you delay, the more fear grows. The more you hesitate, the more excuses you create. You have to break the cycle by acting now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. No one starts as an expert. No one begins fully prepared. Every master was once a beginner. Every successful person once stood where you are, facing the same doubts, the same fears. The only difference is, they started anyway. They understood that growth happens through action, not through waiting. They embraced the discomfort. They pushed through the fear, and they moved before they felt ready. And because of that, they made progress. Because of that, they turned dreams into reality. Success is built on courage, not approval. Too many people go through life waiting for someone to validate their dreams. They look for permission from family, friends, teachers, or society before they take action. But the truth is, no one can see your vision the way you do. No one understands your dreams the way you do. And if you keep waiting for approval, you may never move. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who waited to be chosen. They are the ones who chose themselves. They decided that their dreams were worth pursuing, even if no one else believed in them. Seeking approval is a dangerous habit. It keeps you trapped in a cycle of hesitation. You start questioning yourself, wondering if you're making the right choice, worrying about what others will think. But the reality is, most people who doubt you are not doubting your potential. They are projecting their own fears. They don't believe in themselves, so they can't believe in you. If you listen to them, you will limit yourself to their expectations. The people who break barriers, who set new standards, who change the game, are the ones who refuse to be limited by the opinions of others. Courage is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. It's not about being fearless, it's about acting despite fear. Every successful person has faced rejection, criticism, and doubt. They've been told no, they've been laughed at, they've had doors slammed in their faces. But instead of letting that stop them, they kept going. They understood that success is not given, it's taken. It's claimed by those who are bold enough to step forward when everyone else is too afraid. The need for approval can be paralyzing. It makes people stay in jobs they hate, in situations that drain them, in lives that don't fulfill them. They don't make a change because they are afraid of disappointing others. They are afraid of standing out, of being judged, of being different. But the truth is, the people who truly care about you will support you, and the ones who don't were never meant to be part of your journey. If you spend your life trying to please everyone, you will never have the time or energy to build the life you actually want. No one who has ever made history did it by following the crowd. The most successful people in the world went against the norm. They made choices that others didn't understand. They took risks that others were afraid to take. They trusted themselves even when no one else did. If they had waited for approval, they would have never moved, they would have never built, never created, never achieved. The world does not remember those who played it safe. The world remembers those who had the courage to stand up and say, I'm doing this, whether you believe in me or not. Courage is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, every time you take a risk, every time you choose yourself instead of waiting for approval, you build confidence. You prove to yourself that you don't need anyone's permission to go after what you want. You realize that the only validation that truly matters is the one you give yourself. If you let fear of disapproval control you, you will never reach your full potential. You will always play small, always hold back, always wonder what could have been. But when you decide that your dreams matter more than people's opinions, when you decide that you don't need permission to be great, that's when everything changes. That's when doors open, opportunities appear, and success becomes inevitable. Commitment is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's easy to talk about success, to imagine the life you want, to set goals and get excited about the future. But none of that matters without execution. The real test is not how badly you want something, but how willing you are to work for it. The moment you decide that nothing will stop you, that you will do whatever it takes, no matter how long it takes, that is the moment you shift from wishing to winning. Most people never fully commit to their goals. They start with enthusiasm, but the moment things get hard, they slow down, they make excuses, they look for an easier way out. They want success, but they don't want the discomfort that comes with it. They want results, but they don't want the sacrifice. And that's why they stay stuck, because commitment isn't about being motivated when things are easy. It's about showing up when things are difficult. It's about pushing through when you don't feel like it. It's about continuing when everyone else would have given up. The truth is, commitment requires sacrifice. It means giving up short-term pleasure for long-term gain. It means waking up early, staying up late, putting in the work, even when no one is watching. It means making tough choices, choosing discipline over comfort, choosing progress over distractions. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who had the most talent or the best circumstances. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They stay committed, even when they had every reason to walk away. Discipline is the foundation of commitment. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Most people rely on motivation, but motivation is temporary. It fades, it comes and goes. Discipline, on the other hand, is constant. It's the thing that keeps you moving forward, even on the days when you're tired, frustrated, or uninspired. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not that the successful ones always felt motivated. It's that they showed up no matter what. When you commit to something fully, failure is not an option. That doesn't mean you won't fail. It means failure won't stop you. It means that no matter how many times you fall, you will get back up. It means that when obstacles come, instead of seeing them as reasons to quit, you see them as challenges to overcome. True commitment means burning the bridges behind you so that there is no escape plan, no backup option, no maybe someday. It means going all in, betting on yourself, and refusing to settle for anything less than success. Commitment also means being patient. In a world that glorifies instant results, people expect success to happen overnight. But real success takes time. It takes years of effort, years of struggle, years of learning and growing. The people who make it are the ones who stay consistent. They don't give up after a few weeks, a few months, or even a few years. They keep going, even when progress is slow. They understand that every step forward, no matter how small, is bringing them closer to their goal. The hardest part of commitment is continuing when you see no immediate results. Most people quit because they don't see progress fast enough. They expect quick rewards, and when they don't get them, they assume it's not working. But success is often invisible in the beginning. The work you put in today might not pay off for months or years. But if you stay committed, if you keep pushing forward, eventually the results will come. Success is not a single event. It's the accumulation of consistent effort over time. The people who understand this, the ones who refuse to give up no matter what, are the ones who ultimately win. No more waiting. No more hesitation. No more looking around for approval, for permission, for the perfect moment. The truth is, you already have everything you need to start. The only thing left is the decision. The decision to step forward despite fear, to take action despite uncertainty, to commit despite obstacles. Fear will always be there, whispering doubts in your ear, but fear is a liar. It will try to convince you that you're not ready, not good enough, not capable. Ignore it, move forward anyway. Because the people who succeed in life are not the ones who never felt fear. They are the ones who refuse to let fear stop them. You don't need permission to go after what you want. You don't need someone else to tell you it's okay to chase your dreams. The only permission that matters is the one you give yourself. The moment you decide that your dreams are non-negotiable, the moment you commit with everything you have, that is the moment your life changes. So take the step, make the move, start now. Because the world doesn't wait for those who hesitate, it rewards those who act.